Well, this is great. I love it. Okay, I love it. So, in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the top five credit union business lines of credit for massive amounts and quick approval. EIN only is possible. Bad or fair credit is okay. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you had to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the top five credit union business lines of credit for massive amounts and quick approval. EIN only is possible. If you have bad or fair credit, you can also get the loan. You just need to talk to the credit union. Number five, we have Teachers FCU. Our score, 8/10. So with Teachers FCU, you have a great program, okay? So they're basically able to give you business loans, business lines of credit. In some cases, they'll work with you with equipment financing. We love the fact that Teachers FCU gives you a constellation of funding programs for your business, and they will work with you even if you have a poor or fair credit. Basically, the maximum loan amount is $250,000. We're looking at $250,000. The APR goes from 7.5 to 12%. And there's actually a $500 packaging fee on term loans and line of credits loans that are above $100,000. So they're just charging you they call it packaging fee, but this is basically an origination fee. And minimum time in business, 6 months. So to qualify for a Teachers FCU business line of credit, you need to be in business for at least 6 months, and minimum revenue per year, $50,000. We are speaking about gross revenue, okay? And this is a credit union, so membership is open to the general public. You don't have to be a teacher or a professional in the educational sector to qualify. Not at all. They are pretty open, okay? So all you have to do is you have to contact the credit union, and you can email them. You can contact them at 631-698-7000, extension 1687. Or you can email business@teachersfcu.org. One thing you need to understand is that the process takes a little longer with Teachers FCU. It takes about 3 days to 10 days. So you got to be patient. But the good thing is that you just need to talk to someone. And once you ask all the questions, and when the person tells you the documentation you need to send, they will take it from there. So it takes from 3 to 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. However, once you are approved, they disperse the funds real quickly. You can get the funds in your account within 24 hours, okay? And you got to be a member though. You have to be a business member to qualify for this business line of credit. Number 4, folks, we have Blue FCU, Blue Federal Credit Union. Our score, 8.5/10. And Blue FCU has also a plethora of business loan options. We have business loans, we have business lines of credit, you have commercial mortgage loans, you have commercial vehicle loans, you have term loans, they have construction loans, and they have equipment loans. So this is really good because depending on where your business is currently, if your business needs funds urgently, or you just want to have access to a credit line, you just want the money to sit there on your balance sheet or in your business checking account so that when you need it, you can access it. Blue FCU will work with you, okay? So do you need a commercial mortgage? Do you need a commercial vehicle loan? Do you need a term loan? Do you need a commercial line of credit? Talk to me about your funding needs. Talk to me about money. Give me a clear idea of what you're looking for in your business. Now, the money that you can get from Blue FCU, the maximum loan amount is $100,000. Maximum $100K. And the APR starts at 12.25%. They're a little high in our view. When you think about the fact that they're a credit union, but this is what it is, okay? They want you to have a minimum time in business of 1 year and minimum revenue per year, $50,000, okay? And in terms of membership eligibility, honestly, just about anyone can join. So if you don't meet Blue FCU's family, employer, or military membership requirements, you can join by donating $5 to the Blue Foundation and advocate for local nonprofits, okay? And if you choose this route, You will deposit $10 to open your account, and Blue FCU will automatically use $5 for your donation. So the cool thing here is that, but you can join very easily. The only thing is you need to join as an individual, but also as a business. So you can't just do either or. You have to do both. Okay. So you have to join as an individual. You have to pay the $5 and do all the things, and then you have to join also as a business. But the process is pretty straightforward, and Blue FCU will work with you. And we love the fact that they don't have a restriction in terms of geography. So your business could be located anywhere and they will work with you. The only thing is make sure you double check this with a rep before, because they constantly change their rules. We have heard from some viewers that they were making things a little complicated for some business owners. So please, you want to contact Blue FCU, their business loans department, and have a conversation with them so you can be clear as to the latest policies. Number 3, folks, we have here NIH FCU. Our score 9/10. This is another great credit union business line of credit that has a higher amount, they will work with you even if you have bad credit, and you can apply for this business line of credit on an EIN only basis. And with the NIH FCU, you basically are having access to funds that will help you with cash flow management, covering payroll and the purchasing of supplies or equipment for your business. And we love the fact that NIH FCU is very, very, very generous when it comes to their line of credit, because you have loan amounts from $100,000 to $350,000. This is really good. You have fixed and variable rate options, and you never have to pay any prepayment penalties. This is really good. And there is no annual repayment requirements. So this is really good. And we love the fact that they will work with you in terms of if you have a question, if you want extra information, you want to contact a specialist at 301-296-2534. Let me repeat the number. You want to call a specialist at 301-296-2534. So this is a big decision time for you. Talk to me right now. Do you need a large business line of credit? What are your liquidity needs right now? Talk to me about those. Do you need cash to take care of inventory? Do you need cash to focus on cyclicality and seasonality to counter the negative effects of seasonality, for example? Talk to me about that, because this will determine whether or not an NIH FCU business line of credit is right for you. Are you looking for extra cash flows? Do you have a specific purpose in mind, or you just want to have the cash sitting on your balance sheet just in case? Do you experience seasonal fluctuations? Right, because cyclicality and seasonality are very important. Have you experienced higher short-term expenses like replacing inventory or paying for unexpected costs? So those are things that should really make you think in terms of, oh, I think I really need to have this loan. Okay, what are the interest rates on business lines of credit with NIH FCU? Well, you can expect they really go from 5% to 20%. The final rate that you will receive will basically depend on your credit worthiness. It'll depend also on your relationship with the credit union, okay, NIH FCU. And one thing I want to say here is that you can apply for NIH FCU even if you're how do I say it? Membership is open to anybody. Okay, so if you're interested in knowing more, you want to fill out the business account inquiry online and you click send, or you can contact them and have a conversation about your business. They will ask you things like your business name, the year your business was established, what type of business you are in, what is the annual revenue of your business, all that kind of stuff. Number 2, folks, we have Andrews FCU. Our score 9.5/10. We love Andrews FCU in general, and we love their business lines of credit. They allow you to have fast access to cash so that you can basically cover expenses that could otherwise cause some cash flow problems, right? And you don't want that. You want to save on interest charges with competitive rates. This is really good. And what we love with Andrews FCU is they have made the whole business line of credit process very flexible. So you can borrow any number of times for any purpose. They're not asking you for an explanation. No, they just give you the cash, all right? So you have unsecured line of credit, okay? So you can qualify for credit limits up to $75,000 on an unsecured basis. You have convenient access to funds through digital banking, Okay, and the only thing with Andrews FCU is that you need to talk to someone, because in some cases they have a restriction around the geography in which your business must be located. So we have, in some cases, they will approve you. For instance, if you have an online business, if you are an online entrepreneur, you sell on Amazon, Shopify, Wix, or whatever, they will qualify you. But in some cases, they will ask you that your business be located within a 50-mile radius from any of their locations. But again, please talk to someone. They will explain everything to you. One thing we know for sure is that if you have a relationship with them, if you have a business credit card with them, if you have a personal loan with them, in other words, if you have a strong multi-product relationship, they will approve your business line of credit no matter where your company is located. Besides unsecured lines of credit, they also have secured line of credit. Okay, so you basically can borrow as much as 80% of the value of your collateral. You have attractive interest rates that can help you save money. You have fixed rate credit lines that keep payments predictable. We also love the fact that you have flexible repayment options that help you avoid some liquidity problems. Okay, and the credit line can be used as overdraft protection for your business checking accounts. So again, you can borrow as much as 80% of the value of your collateral. So for instance, if you're looking for $80,000 in a business line of credit on the secured side, you need to pledge business collateral that is valued at $100,000. Okay, so this is what it is you need to know. And as I said before, you are eligible if your business address is within the 50-mile radius from any of their locations. However, there are various cases where they were able to give exceptions. You need to contact them to have more information about that. And yes, that's what it is. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Number one, folks, we have here Navy Federal. Our score, 10 over 10. When it comes to the top 5 credit union business lines of credit for massive amounts and quick approval, either on an EIN only basis or without EIN, whether you have bad or fair credit or you have a good credit, Navy Fed is a great all-in financial institution. Okay, financial institution, 10 over 10. And we love the fact that they offer loans and lines of credit that allow you to meet unexpected expenses and have a stronger working capital amount. Okay, so they have business line of credit first. Here you have a revolving line of credit for operational purposes, starting as low as $35,000. You have the APR that is variable rate tied to the prime. The term length can match borrower needs. Okay, so APR goes from 6 to 18%. Minimum time in business 3 months, and minimum revenue per year $50,000. And this is great for established businesses or startups for that matter. It's great for bridging liquidity gaps to push business growth. It's great for unexpected expenses, and it's also great for other operational purposes. Okay, and to apply for this business line of credit, you will need to have a completed and signed business loan application, business tax returns under existing ownership, most recent 2 years. Business plan may be required. Personal tax returns for all owners, guarantors, most recent 2 years. Financial statement, balance sheet, profit and loss, accounts receivable, accounts payable, aging report, debt schedule. Personal financial statements for all owners and guarantors. Proof of collateral. Additional documentation may be required depending on the amount that you want. And a personal guarantee, the higher the loan amount goes, the more likely they might ask you for a personal guarantee. So if you're asking for $250,000, for instance, they might ask you for a personal guarantee. But if you're asking for $35,000 or $50,000 or $75,000 and you have a strong relationship with a credit union, they're not going to ask you for a personal guarantee. Okay, they might perform a personal credit check in some cases. So that's for the business line of credit. You also have what they call a checking line of credit. So this is basically it helps you. This is like overdraft. So you're protecting your business checking accounts from overdraft and per item overdraft fees. So you have assigned limits from $500, $1,000, or $5,000. The APR is a fixed 17.90%. There's a $50 annual fee, and this is great for overdraft protection of business checking accounts, offsetting short-term cash needs. And what you will need to apply, you need to have a completed and signed business loan application, a personal guarantee, and a personal credit check. One thing I want to say in general is that membership in Navy Federal's Credit Union is easy, even if you're not affiliated with the military. So to join the Navy Fed, you will need to be a current or retired member of the Armed Forces, a DoD civilian employees, contractor or retirees, or a family of those people. However, even if you're not in the military, just give them a call and they'll help you out. You should be in. I have two bonuses for you, folks. In the bonus category, I have two credit unions that we have found while doing research for this show, and those include the American Heritage Credit Union. Our score is 7.5 over 10, and they do have a great line of credit. Also, you're able to finance short-term capital, working capital, on-demand equipment purchases, or utilize the line amount for overdraft protection. You can borrow funds on an as needed basis. The funds are repaid. Once they are repaid, they're available for borrowing again up to your available credit limits. Okay, the APR goes from 2.59% to 12.59%. Minimum time in business 3 months. Minimum revenue per year $50,000. Okay, so American Heritage Credit Union offers term loans and lines of credit. So financing up to $50,000. $50,000. You can purchase everything. You can purchase equipment. You can consolidate existing debt. You can acquire other long-term assets. It's totally up to you. That's your call, okay? There are no origination or annual fees. You have flexible terms that are available with competitive interest rates, fixed monthly payments, and fast approvals. And there are several ways to join American Heritage, such as paying a small one-time donation to the Kids and Hope Foundation. And American Heritage branches can be found throughout the state of Pennsylvania. But if you don't live in Pennsylvania, listen, you can still qualify. You just give them a call and you should be in. And we have America First Credit Union. Our score is 7 over 10. And here is another great credit union that allows you to have a business line of credit at good rates. Okay, you're able to beef up your liquidity situation. You're able to take care of unexpected expenses. Okay, and you can also use the cash to avoid costly overdraft fees and have spending capacity for inventory, repairs, late invoice payments, and more. What we love with this business line of credit is that the APR is pretty low. Really, it's really low, and in some cases they also have low payments. So this could be $25 or 3.5% of the balance, whichever is greater. Okay, so to start the process, by the way, I just want to give you some information here. The APR goes from 3 to 9%. Minimum time in business 9 months. Minimum revenue per year $50,000. That's gross revenue, $50,000. And for more information, you want to contact them. Okay, you want to contact them. They'll take care of you. And application is open to nearly everyone. And if you don't qualify, if you don't live in the states where they operate, you can qualify by being a member or employee of a select employer group or an affiliated association. And that's really pretty easy to get in, but please give them a call, okay? Now, before we close this conversation, I want to give you an overview. So I've given you the top 5 credit union business line of credit. The question is, before you choose one, there are a few things you need to think about, all right? First of all, do you qualify for membership? This is important because we're speaking here about credit union. So you have to be a member. And another question is the credit union in your state? Some credit unions do have geographic restrictions, although thank God, those that we listed in today's conversation don't have that. Or if they do, there are ways to bypass that restriction if you give them a call. But you need to ask yourself if the credit union is in your state. Because if it is, that's a lot easier, right? And big decision time. You need to ask yourself if you're interested. First of all, I'm sure you're interested in a business line of credit from a credit union. The next question that I want to ask you right now, and I want you to answer me right now. Besides lines of credit, do you need cash for other purposes? In other words, would you be interested in business loans? Would you be interested in business credit cards? Because if you really think about it, at the end of the day, a business line of credit is just another funding program, right? It's a funding option. Maybe you will be better off, your business will be better off with a business loan or a business credit card. So think about that, okay? And so to choose the right business line of credit, you want to think about whether you are looking for a secured or an unsecured line of credit. There are consequences for that, not only on your balance sheet, but also in terms of your obligations, in terms of repaying the loan. Okay. You also want to think about the interest rate. This is important. You want to, and when I'm telling you to think about the business, the interest rate, I'm not just telling you to think about the APR. Ask yourself, is the APR fixed or variable? The APR is good, but is it fixed or variable? Is it tied to the prime rate? This is important. You want to think about the amount. What amount would you have in mind? Are you looking for 25K, 50K, 30K? Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the amount that will make your business, I would say, financially comfortable, just so that you can focus on expanding. You can focus on hiring staff. You can focus on paying suppliers and get the ball rolling. Think about the loan terms, the line terms. Okay, this is important. Before accepting an offer, you should find out how often the lender requires payment. And last but not the least, think about the fees. All right. So please check out this video that talks to you about our loan and line of credit evaluation approach. On this show, we have a rigorous method that we follow when analyzing, when reviewing, and categorizing business line of credits. Check this out. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. In today's exchange, I was talking to you about the top 5 credit union business lines of credit for massive amounts and quick approval. You can apply on an EIN only basis. And if you have bad or fair credit, you could still be in if you're able to have a strong multi-product relationship with the credit union, and you can give them a call beforehand. Number 1, we have Navy Federal, 10/10. Number 2, we have Andrews FCU, 9.5/10. Number 3, we have NIH FCU, 9/10. Number 4, we have Blue FCU, 8.5/10. Number 5, we have Teachers FCU, 8/10. And in the bonus category, we have American Heritage Credit Union, 7.5/10. And last but not the least, we have America First Credit Union, 7/10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.